Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Grapplers Academy. We are back with some more of the elusive art of takedowns this week. For all you butt scooters who didn't see our video last week, no pulling guard again this week. We're going to look at some more takedowns, have a look at how to exchange from the feet standing up. So what we're going to look at today is just a quick option of mine that I use for setting up a front headlock into a snapdown. Sometimes I think the more traditional way of doing it is that using the collar tie and passing the head into the same side of the body and getting the front headlock on that position. What we're going to have a look at today is how to create a little bit of space and pass it off into the other shoulder and then use that momentum that we generated to initiate the takedown. So like we talked about a lot in Jiu-Jitsu, it's about trying to get opposite directional forces to try and initiate a bit of movement back from your opponent and then use that momentum against them. So the way that we're going to start today is with the collar tie on the right side, and we're going to have that inside tricep control. So we've got this option to lift here. It is quite common, so it gives us an option to duck in underneath and start to manipulate my opponent's position quite a lot from that side. Rather than, like we talked about there before, simply just passing the head over to the same side and bringing it in, which sometimes can be quite difficult, especially on a taller opponent, because if side's really tall and I've always got really good posture, it's difficult for me to get up and in over the top. If you've ever rolled with somebody who's like 6'7", which he's got somebody in his club who's 6'7", it's really difficult to pull this off. But what we can do is use a bit of directional force and start steering them with the elbow in the shoulder on this side and start to get the direction to change so we can switch that off into the pocket of the other armpit. Obviously once we've got that there, we're going to clamp down tight and then make a control on the opposite tricep from there. So from the other side, we've got the collar tie, we've got the inside tricep control so we can start steering direction. I'm pushing with the elbow on the inside of the shoulder and I'm pulling down on the tricep to get that movement. So I'm moving around, and then when I feel the momentum's going in the right direction, I'm going to pass the head over and then stick it underneath my armpit and grab the chin strap. On the opposite side, we're going to grab behind the tricep and keep everything locked in tight. And what Si's going to do here is going to start pushing back into you because all the momentum's gone in this direction. His natural reaction now is going to be to push back in the opposite direction. So we're going to use that to our advantage. We're going to tuck the elbow and we're going to try and circle down in this direction as we sprawl out. So we've gone this way and now everything's coming down in that way to secure the takedown. We want to land up on the toes so our knees aren't close and you can start grabbing and attacking the single leg. So if you land down, shoulder pressure, get that downward angle on your opponent so you've got your weight on them. You want to make them carry you as much as possible and make it uncomfortable in that position like we've talked about before in anything front headlock or turtle position. So just one more time on that in full motion. We've got the initial movement. When we feel that the momentum is right, we're going to pass to the other side. We're going to continue that momentum down, circle down, land on the toes, and get the pressure down into your opponent so they can't start driving into that single leg.
Oh, definitely. It's probably one of my favourite options that from the stand-up. And I think one of the key details there as well is the chin strap and getting that weight as high up the spine as you can, but not too high where you're going to fall off the top of the head.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a combination between downward force and forward force, isn't it? You kind of come in at a bit of a 45-degree angle. I see some people make the mistake of going directly down.
Yeah. And
there's not enough pressure into the opponent to get a reaction from that, is there?
No, definitely.
So yeah, make sure you get that shoulder right down into the top of the back and make sure you make it uncomfortable for them. Like we talked about in these turtle positions before, the more uncomfortable the better typically.
Oh, definitely. It certainly sets you up as well. For those who like your guillotines, there's a lot of options to get straight into the guillotine as soon as your partner's down and really finish there. And you've got the anaconda choke, which we covered a while back, so you can go back and look at the secondary attack from the final position to actually finish your opponent there as well.
Yeah, anacondas, darces, it all works great. Kind of develop this system all the same idea as that. Basically, how can I take it from standing to the floor and doing a darce?
Pretty much.
So, yeah, great attacking options. We've covered that position quite a lot before, but as I quite rightly said, that front chin strap's quite important. So make sure that once you've got it, you're tucking in tight as well, so you're keeping the head pinched. Then you've got good control of the whole length of the spine, and then you can manipulate your opponent a lot better then, rather than being loose and them having the movement of the head.
Definitely. Got the Bonafide PT, it's coached by Si. Make sure you hit us up on all the social media. We've got the Grapplers Academy there as well. And make sure you tune in for the podcast, and we'll see you next week.